Welcome back to the Corpsepaint Show. We are here every Sunday at this time, 6 o'clock Central, and we love finding normality in the abnormal. That's what this whole show is about tonight. Grace Beauchamp. Hey, it's a fourth week of November. You know what that means. We will give you a feast for your eyes on this episode of the Corpsepaint Show. But it also means help the hungry and the homeless. That's what this week is all about. We'll talk a little more about that coming up. But we welcome right now, we got Pippy later, but we welcome right now Grace Beauchamp, immersive horror fan.
Hey.
And you've been nearly killed quite a few times. You're like a cat, aren't you? Just with many lives.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just going to refer to you as, my coolest feline friend.
Appreciate that.
Now, Black Mass is what we have behind us.
Yeah.
What is it? And help us who are not initiated enough or smart enough to know what is going on with Black Mass and also your other immersive horror experiences.
Well, Black Mass is an augmented reality experience. It's all in person. I wouldn't say augmented reality, meaning like over Instagram. It is over Instagram, but they do the in-person shows. It varies, like a different show. It is immersive theater. And it's putting yourself in a situation. It depends on the situation.
That is extremely terrifying.
It can be terrifying.
Okay. All right. So, but you're saying Instagram, but really, when you participate in it, you fly to California.
Yes.
Where they are.
Yes, I fly to California.
Okay. All right. And you go often. It seems like to California. I was just in LA, so we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
But all right, Grace. So all right. So it's like a haunted house, only times 10. And they can grab you or frighten you by putting a bag over your head or things like this?
Not specifically Black Mass. Their shows are different. They vary from the different titles that they have. The last show that I actually did was called My 90s Nightmare, and it was about one of the founders, Raina, Chainsaw Queen, Filarde.
Shout out.
Yes.
Raina, Chainsaw Queen.
Yes. And it was about her life and things that happened to her, and it was emotionally draining for me to sit through that show. But I can describe what happened in the show. But that one I did was a 2.5-hour experience.
Oh.
Yeah. And the most that I got bag over my head was I got my face duct taped with a shirt. For a funeral scene.
Are you kind of like walking through a haunted house?
It's more so being guided.
All right.
There are shows like that you do have to walk alone. It just honestly depends on the show, like I said.
And is it just you, or is there a group?
I went with a group. We went in different numbers. So I think I was the evens. There was even and odds, and we had a pickup point, so we all met, and I met people that were new, and then there were people that I met that I had already knew. I just hadn't met them in person yet.
Can I ask you there? All over the country? From all over the country?
There are people that fly to do immersive shows from
like you.
Yeah. But there's someone that I know that he's from I think Norway, I believe. He flies from Norway to do shows. People fly from Chicago to LA, all over the place. People do shows like that.
So, and sorry to interrupt again, but just to kind of put a cap on this, it's sort of for a horror experience for horror fans where a normal haunt is just not enough.
Yeah, sometimes it can't be enough. Sometimes people just want more in your face,
All right. So you said you could describe some of the situations. I don't want you to give away anything that.
Oh, I can give away the entire My 90s Nightmare show.
All
Just
right.
not the pathology show, because that's still currently going on right now.
Did they remove any of your organs?
No, they did not.
All right. All right. Good. And are you sure?
I'm very sure.
All right. Look. So walk us through My 90s Nightmare and maybe some of the the more extreme elements.
Okay. So I was picked up, and I signed the waiver beforehand. So I was picked up and in this car, and we were told to blindfold ourselves. And I didn't really think anything of it. I kind of expected it, but because the show that I did one time had that happen to me. And so we blindfolded ourselves. We had what I would assume, if I can remember correctly, the waivers in our hands that we'd already signed. We just were told to look over them before we blindfolded ourselves. So backtracking here.
That's fine.
So we did that, and then the car just started driving, and we drove to the location, and we were told to get out of the car. We were walked when we had the blindfolds on, so we couldn't see, so they had to walk us. And we walked, and it smelled like a dusty garage from what I was assuming. I don't really know, but like when you're doing those types of shows and your anxiety is up and your heart rate's up, you have different senses, you can either use different smells, so that's what it smelled like for me. And we were told to walk in one of the rooms that we walked in. I was sat down in a chair, and I was talked about how one of the creators, one of her experiences, that she had been raped when she was younger, and it was very hard for me to sit there and hear that.
Sure.
Yeah. All while the physicality of it was, my head was grabbed, and I was just kind of moved around, just manhandled a bit to get that feeling. But I was just sitting there, and I remember all the other participants that were in the living room. What I can assume. It smelled like a living room. It smelled weird.
You're still blindfolded.
Yes, I was. So I couldn't see, but I could, the atmosphere, like I was in a chair, and I would assume that that's where I was. But I didn't even know. Lots of things were going on through my head, and so I was sitting there, and eventually the blindfold was removed from me, and so I could see what she was, saying to me, and there's just tears just coming down my eyes, because I really felt for her.
Yeah.
And everybody, I saw the participants then and there, and they were just sitting on the couch just staring at me, and I was just like,
well,
I didn't know how
but
to
they're
feel.
fellow participants with you.
They are, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A small handful of people.
Yes.
But so they're emotionally fucking with you at the outset.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was very hard to hear that.
Yes.
I wanted to give her a hug. I felt for her, but that's one of the rules in immersive theater. You do what you are told. You don't move move forward with anything unless they give you specific instructions or directions.
Gotcha.
Because it breaks you're being immersed in that scenario, and it breaks you from that if you do something that you're not told to do.
Right. So you have to take direction. So at that point, then, do you advance to another area, or?
Yeah. So one of the other areas we went to, she was talking about her love for Nirvana. Yes, she loves Nirvana.
The chainsaw?
Yes.
Okay.
Raina Chainsaw
Raina,
Queen Velade loves.
She loves Nirvana.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt and just say a heads up, hey, to please follow us on chat room right now, live, and also drink liquid death. Live on the chat room on our Facebook page, Corpsepaint Show. And Pippy Paranormal is monitoring the chat room and will relay to us any comments, questions.
So far, Ms. Gabriella Silva has sent us lots of hearts and fire. And
Hi, Gabby. Thank you.
Paulson
Scott.
says Satan.
All right, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, I know, is very interested in what you have to say.
Really?
Yes. And so, all right. So again, we've got Grace Beauchamp here. She's talking immersive horror experiences. This is for people who don't want to just go through a haunt where there's jump scares. Of course, there's a lot more than that in haunts, we know. But she participates in those where they can touch you. She signs a big-ass waiver, and then they get in her face. So we're now advancing from this area, and they've already kind of shaken you up a little bit. You're still blindfolded? Mm-hmm. No. You said you were able to take them
Well,
off.
they put
and
the
see.
blindfold back on.
Back on. Got it. And so next room, what do you hear? What do you experience?
Well, I know I'm standing there with a blindfold on, and I can tell that I'm standing next to other participants because I can feel other bodies like around me, just kind of like moving, you know.
Yeah.
And I hear this video playing, and it's a video about it's just pictures of her that she's describing, and Nirvana's playing in the background. She's describing her life when she was younger in her adolescence, and how her being, you know, raped. It led to that, and
this was her 90s nightmare.
Yeah, this was her 90s nightmare, literally. And she's very, you know, brave to talk about this too. And that show was just amazing. But we were sitting there and we were listening to it. And eventually they would single out people and say, hey, number 5, come with me. And they'd go to a different room. So we were in the same room during that time, but at the same time, they would pull people out and take them to different rooms. Because they each had similar experiences, but I believe they were slightly different.
Okay. And were you chosen? Called and chosen?
Called and chosen, like, to go through the show?
No, to go to a separate room on your own.
Well, yeah, I went through, one of the rooms was, I was still blindfolded, but I could tell I was laying on a bed because I don't remember if I got
down, or
I don't remember if I got shoved down or I got picked up and laid on the bed. It is a little bit.
But you
of
have
a
to
blur.
just kind of go with what they're doing to you.
Well,
I
yeah,
know
when you
that
sign
sounds
the
bad,
waiver,
but yeah, okay.
It
But,
does.
yeah.
It's not as bad as other places.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was laid on a bed and I could hear funeral music, like bagpipes in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And Raina was just describing her dad's death. And each number that you had, you were a different person in her life. So I believe I was number 5, if I'm correct.
Like
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Teenage Raina or something?
Yes, this was about teenage Raina.
Gotcha.
And I was number 5, and number 5 was her father. And she was describing her dad's death. All while I was, beforehand, they'd wrap me duct tape in like a flannel shirt, and then they put me down. And I was like this, so I couldn't move.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was just having to listen to the bagpipes, and as she was talking about her dad. And that was really emotionally draining for me, and I felt for her then as well. So that was one room. And then the other room they took us to was a garage, because I could see the garage. They had blindfolded us. They had de-blindfolded us then. And it was another video, and we were standing there. They had 2 other people sitting in chairs. Those people were watching the video, and they just kind of switched us out so we could watch the video that they were watching. And the video was her talking about how much she loved Nirvana. And it was, I believe she was at there was a Nirvana museum. It was like, I guess they had got inducted in the Hall of Fame or something like that, if I'm correct. I don't want to misinform, but and it was really neat to see. One of the last scenes, it was kind of hard to see. She was at a party, and
In this video.
no, this was the video. This is a different scene. The other scene was in the garage with a beer pong table.
Okay.
Because everybody else was watching different things. Because when they switched them out, we were standing there. And all while we were standing there, there was a beer pong table that was sitting there as well.
Gotcha.
And so she pulled one of the other participants. She grabbed him by his shirt.
Yeah.
Did not fucking hesitate. And he was supposed to be the guy that raped her. He was the number. He was that person in the show. And he got it worse. We just watched him just get his shirt grabbed and shoved up against the wall. And they were trying, everybody, all the participants, we were holding her back in the show. We were given instruction to hold her back because as she was telling her story, she wanted to be held back from this horrible thing that happened to her because she wanted to get revenge.
Yeah.
She wanted to lash out, but we
Right.
were grabbing her and holding her. Yeah. But
Wow.
that guy got it a little worse than we did.
Gotcha. So this is psychological. Obviously, they're messing with you psychologically, and it's psychological horror. And you had tears, and
I was crying.
It certainly was immersive. I mean, emotionally immersive.
Yeah, Black Mass, like I said, they're sometimes physical. Depends on the show. but they focus more on the emotional.
Yeah.
They want more of an emotional response from you, and they focus more on, in my opinion, empowering the person going through that show.
Gotcha.
So if something happens in the show and they see something about themselves that they realize that they don't like,
Yes.
like sometimes you can come out of shows like that changed.
Yeah, and more empowered.
Yep.
And maybe, you know, it's therapeutic.
It is. It really is.
But Grace, before going, and this is their IG page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that same shirt. So before going through, and speak up, Pippy, if there's any other comments, anything. So you're fully made aware that they're going to mess with you intensely, and they might physically grab you, and so all of that is disclosed up front.
Yeah,
so you know. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. They actually have an application that you fill out, and it's on their Instagram page. Well, you message their Instagram page and you say you want to do this show, and they send you an application via the email that they send you, and you fill out the application, you send it back, and then you wait a couple days, and then you hear back from them. Generally, in a few, like I heard back from them within like a week.
But obviously, I imagine they don't take everyone.
It depends, you know. Black Mass doesn't exclude everyone. They don't. What do you call it? They don't deny anyone. Like, you know, they're super.
They don't discriminate.
Yes,
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
discriminate.
All right. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking to myself, are they only looking for people who are like veterans who've been through something, or something? I don't know.
I'm sure that if you have like PTSD or something, or like a back injury, they may not.
Yeah, it might not
You
take
know,
you.
it depends.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. Fill out the application, send it, see what happens.
All right. So 2.5 hours. When you come out of it, Grace? Did you feel just drained, weak, or you know? Tell me.
I actually did. After the show, I had, like, I was, like, my hands, sometimes different shows, my hands will shake.
Mm-hmm.
My heart rate gets up because you're sometimes in intense physical situations or intense emotional situations. And it's like, it can be too much for you.
Yeah.
And, you know, while you went through the show, the post is more, it's
Right. It's post show.
Yeah.
Where you're really having to deal with it. Then.
I get post-show jitters a
Yeah,
lot.
gotcha.
I get shaky. My heart beats really fast. I was still crying because in the show, the last thing that Raina had said in the show was, tell my story, share my story, what happened to me. And if things happen to you, share stories about any...
Which is a good message, don't you think?
It is. It is. It really is. Because, you know...
Don't be afraid to say, this happened to me.
Yes.
And thereby you're then crossing a line and perhaps then you know, taking steps to mentally cure. Am I overstating something?
No, you're not at all. And like, you know, with the whole rape thing like that, there's so much of it out there, and people are just terrible, you know, like
and people
rape
squelch it
culture
and
these
sometimes
days.
don't speak up.
Exactly. And so if stuff like that ever happens to you, definitely speak up about it. You know, after that show, I wrote a brief summary about how I was a little bit like, I was physically and emotionally abused by my mother, who's an alcoholic.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good to
right.
to say that. I'm pretty confident about that. But I just like that. Like after that show, what she said to me, like that's when I almost said the safe word because I was crying so much.
Yeah.
Because I had something happen to me traumatizing.
Yes.
She had something to her that undoubtedly was traumatizing, and like that almost broke me.
Right. But did it help you?
It did, actually. It did. It made me realize that I can't let...
You're telling me yes. Going
Yes.
through this experience helped you.
Yes, it did.
Cool.
It, like I said, it can be therapeutic for many people. I mean, it depends. It varies on the person. But yeah, some people do it for therapy. Some people do it for endurance purposes.
That's what I was going to ask is, you know, kind of, is there, they obviously aren't just looking for people who've been victimized. They want, you know, a variety of, like you said, they don't discriminate, you know, people to go through it. And you know, when I used to run in extreme mud run and obstacle course races and all of that, it made you feel immensely good afterwards that you accomplished this. Very, very difficult military style training, you know, and so I'd imagine it may be somewhat similar, you know, to feeling good afterwards.
It is. It really is, you know.
Do you feel now that, gone through that, if you encountered something that you you would not be afraid to pull up that strength, that reserve in there, and kick someone in the ass if they needed it? If you were encountered in a dark alley and they needed to have their ass kicked?
You're not talking about a show. You're talking about just like in general.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I would. I don't think I could fight anyone. I could try, but yeah, I would definitely speak up and say something to them if someone tried to do something like that to me.
And you have a powerful voice.
I guess I
You
guess
do.
I do.
You have a theater voice.
Oh,
You do. Now, all right. When we first met, it was many years ago at Texas Frightmare Weekend.
yes.
And you've always been covered in blood, all the years I've known you. In fact, there was yes, you always have. And has any of that ever been real?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had a bloody nose once, but it wasn't from a show. I just get random bloody noses.
Okay. No, but no, you're one that embodies horror and horror events and living to the extreme, and you're definitely very interesting, very cool,
Thanks.
very cool. Grace, what's the other one? 17th.
Yeah, 17th Door.
All right, so go ahead.
So 17th Door is also an immersive extreme haunted house.
Okay. Also in California.
Yes, Fullerton to be exact.
Oh, look, there we
Yeah,
go.
there it
Facebook
is.
page, and there's a pig over there, so you don't have to wear that, do you?
No.
All right.
No. They have a trailer, it looks like. That was from their show that I had recently done called Fearless, and that was actually pretty fun. I'm not certain if I can give away anything that would happen there.
In general,
Yeah.
is it somewhat similar?
Yeah, it
to
is.
Black Mass?
Well, Black Mass, they focus on empowering you, and 17th Door is more centered around a woman named Paula who had a really bad experiences in her life. And this year she's still in prison, and it's centered around her like prison life. And so different rooms.
A real person. Paula?
No, this is a non-fiction. This is
It's fiction.
Yeah.
Okay. All
this
right.
is
All right.
fiction.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was in, what do you got? What do you got? Pippy. Pippy has some chat room questions.
I do. Well, it's Raina actually commented in, and she just wanted to thank everyone for the shout outs with hashtag We Are Black Mass.
Hell yeah, we're Black Mass.
Raina, this is Chainsaw Raina.
Yes.
Yes, Raina.
Yes, and Paul Edwards says, "Get 'em, Gremlin."
Tell them I love them.
Oh, well, we just did.
Oh.
I don't like it when you refer to yourself as a gremlin.
Why
Because,
not?
no, because I think you're so attractive, and here you are just saying I'm a gremlin.
It has a little bit about me with being identifying as non-binary and queer. And,
right.
and instead of using labels, I just like to use the word gremlin. I just,
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Love it. Pippy's on the monitoring chat room, so we welcome your questions and comments. Let us know you're watching. Just say hello or send a heart or something. Hail Satan.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, so Raina's watching. That's totally cool.
Oh, yay.
All right. So where were we? When you're talking about 17th Door, this is in Fullerton.
Yep.
And they've got a waiver as well that you signed.
They do.
So can I just ask some questions? Like, is it physical?
It is physical. There's extreme temperatures that you may or may not be exposed to. Lots of fog, strobe lights, bugs. I would say insects because they were mainly cockroaches, but they do have those there.
Okay. Now I'm picturing that they put them on you. You don't have to say. Okay, just keep
I
going.
cannot confirm or deny.
Cannot confirm or deny. All right. So we got bugs. We got maybe cold and hot rooms and a little physicality.
Yeah, they don't really touch you as much. Like, there are rooms that use electricity. You may or may not have to sit in those rooms and be electrified.
All right. Okay.
Well, more so zapped, but they do poke you and they touch you. They mess with your hair, but they don't full on like grab you and take you to a room and put you in the dark.
Gotcha.
There are some rooms that you are in the dark, but
Is there anything like this in Dallas?
there is not.
In Texas?
Nope, not at all.
In Oklahoma? In New Mexico?
Well, the Heretic show I did was in Tulsa, but they were partnered with a different organization that is no longer. They're not doing anything anymore. But yeah, it was in Tulsa. It was just one show, and then that was it. But there's nothing like this here in DFW.
Yeah.
You have to go to California. You have to go to New York, Portland. Shout out to PD Extreme Horror, by the way, because they're in Portland.
Have you been there?
No, I have not, but I do plan to go there to do their hurting show.
In 2020?
2020, 2021.
Fair enough. Will you come back and
Oh, yeah, I will.
share with us?
Yes.
And
I would
hopefully
love to.
you'll have all your limbs and everything, of course. We want you in one piece.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Alex James would like to say 17th door, and he is the shower guy.
Hell yeah, you're a giver, aren't you?
And Black Mass members are watching.
Yes.
Yes, hells! Oh my gosh! Everyone's chiming in.
Yes.
hey, on our board today is Jason Stark from Stark Enterprises. And he is part of our show. Yes, he runs the whole show.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot to contribute to this, except that I would never do that. I'm too big of a damn sissy.
It's not for everyone.
No, I'm not doing that. Not ever.
It's not for everyone, and that's fine. They know that. You know that. We know that. It's not for everyone. But if you want an extreme experience, you need to start investigating. 17th Door and Black Mass. I know you want to talk. Sorry for interrupting.
You're good. I'm just waiting. I was also going to say, if you are remotely curious about extreme haunted houses or immersive theater, go to haunting.net. They are like the best people around with information on intensity levels of different shows. They review different shows, and it's just a really good resource for anyone who's new or looking to want to do that kind of thing.
So if you want to explore the real dark side,
Just don't jump in head first, I don't recommend that.
Maybe step it in. So haunting.net would let you know that this is good for a beginner, and then you might want to wind up at Black Mass as kind of the more advanced level, right?
Well, a beginner can go through any type of show. It just it depends on the fight or flight response for that person. Because there's a safe word in place, and if you don't like it, and you should have. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to go through something like that, you should really do your research. Make sure you want to do something like that.
And read the waiver in advance.
Yes, because if
Read
you
it.
don't, and you go in through that show, and you safety through the show, or you say the safe word, whatever the safe word may be, it's going to suck because you're not going to get to finish the show,
Right.
And it may not be for you, Like,
Yeah, do your research in advance. Good advice.
yeah, like I thought I know as I was getting into kind of thing.
Yes. So haunting.net is kind of a clearinghouse that tells you about all of the immersive haunts in America.
Yep.
And maybe beyond. Cool. Hey, there's our overhead cam, so you have to wave, Grace. Yeah. Those hands you see over there are from Pippy Paranormal. Our show is produced by Ziggy Becker and myself, Satan, and run an engineer who works the whole show, Mr. Jason Stark from Stark Enterprises. We're glad to have Grace Beauchamp here and shortly Pippy Paranormal.
You didn't tell him that I'm actually chained to this desk over here, so I couldn't
He's
leave
doing
if I
immersive.
wanted to.
Yeah. Grace got a hold of you already, and you're doing it. You're immersive.
I didn't even know she was there until it was too late.
I do
And
have
now
some-
I'm stuck.
Oh, you
Things
got
to
props.
show.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
see your props. So Grace is going to disappear under the table. Use your imagination. Oh, wait, she's back.
I like
Grace,
that
what do you
bit.
what do you got for us? And also, let's just show these Black Mass cards.
Me?
That one right there. You brought some business cards from Black Mass.
Yes, you can go to their Instagram and ask for an application. They'll send you an application via email, and you fill out the application.
Yep. So it's all done on Instagram with Black Mass. No website. Go to IG.
Well, you can also go to their Instagram page and ask for cards, and they'll send you cards so you can, pass out, put them in weird places so people can find them and freak the fuck out.
And note the spelling. It's right behind us.
So this was my very first extreme haunt that I had ever done.
Okay.
I traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma for this show, and I was really lucky because Heretic is no longer doing shows. And this was my shirt.
And that's how it wound up after the end of the night.
Yeah. I can't remember if they ripped it off or cut it off. But shout out to my friend Marcus Cook, who directed Bloodshock.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah, and
Was he in charge of Heretic?
No, Adrian Marcato was,
Okay.
and he's a big Bloodshot fan, American Guinea Pig fan as well.
So it's a Bloodshot shirt. Bloodshot shirt. Yeah.
I
gotcha.
wanted it ripped, and I don't
Yeah.
know if he ripped it or one of the other actors did, but I was really happy that it happened.
And so obviously you have not washed it since.
No, I guess I forgot to.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
You're good.
Let us know, Pippy, what you got. I'm sorry.
Yay.
Alex just wanted to say he was also at 17th store, and Tristan is telling us, tell us how you really feel, Rena. And Alex has to do adult stuff. We'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Alex is going to do adult stuff,
Adult stuff.
and we'll be right back. Well, have fun and use protection, Alex.
That's what I'm saying.
You can comment back. And let
Safety
them
is
know.
paramount.
Yes, it is. We're all about prevention here on the Corpsepaint Show.
Wrap your meat popsicle.
Come on. All right, so what is that a photo of?
This is a photo of a heretic. For what I can seem are
Push it out there,
hands.
and then he's going to do a zoom in on it. Yeah, right there, real close. I can't really tell what it is.
Hands around a throat with what I can assume to be ripped up gloves for their show The Parallel, and it was a simulation in Los Angeles.
Cool.
Have that. I have my Mercy pendant. This is a stick that you can get if you don't want to come in contact with electricity or bugs at 17th door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can kind of opt out of that.
This is the bitch stick.
All right. No problem.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would carry 12 of those
The voice you heard is from Jason. We want to see you, Jason.
wrapped all around my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Taped to my
actually zap you while you're in line
Everywhere.
waiting to get into 17th door.
That's why I'm not going.
They
there.
zap you.
Yeah. Low-powered tasers. No. And this is a photo of actually Tristan and I at 17th door. They take your photo after you finish with the show.
Do they also give you a clean pair of shorts? Because I feel
Yes.
like a lot of people would probably need those.
No, you bring your own pair of
You
shorts.
bring your.
I'm
may
sure
or may not shit or piss yourself.
We want to see you when you talk, Jason. That voice you heard was from Mr. Stark. He's the one with the bladder problem, I think.
Yes. At that place, definitely so.
There you go.
Very cool.
Down there.
Now, and then the picture of the gremlin, which is now yours to keep.
That's me.
Because and look, if I'm ever at the airport and I see someone holding a gremlin, I know you're going to be coming soon down the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
One of our cool sponsors is Liquid Death. Yes, it's Liquid Death. Liquid Death.
Hell
Liquid
yeah.
Death. And Grace, it's so awesome that you're here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. And
I'm
you look
happy to be
great,
here.
and it's just so cool to see you. And I always want to hear about your experiences because just following you on Instagram and online, there's the website, Death to Plastic,
Yeah.
is exhilarating to me because you've got a lot of extreme stuff going on. And at this show, and also
not
in
normal.
you're right. We find normality in the abnormal here on this show, and that's what we're all about. So, yeah, hails to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
So before the show, I was talking with Grace, and she gave me the link to a video from I Can't Scream.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Can we show that? Mm-hmm. Let's show it.
we can. We
Yeah,
can.
we'll show it.
This
and,
is-
then, and then we're going to say adios to you shortly here, but we definitely want to see this. Go ahead.
This video is a documentary about Heretic and their years operating.
Yeah, but they're not operating any longer.
No, they're no longer operating. Their last show was in January 2018.
But this will give you a flavor of what immersive extreme horror event or projects are.
Not
Right.
every show is going to be like this.
Of course.
But yes.
Give you a flavor of it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So this is the former heretic.
Yeah, it's just a little link to Instagram, so I'm just gonna pop it up.
Hey,
and
there's
play it.
hurting.net.
Come with me.
Active imagination is a powerful thing. It begins when one begins to dream with one's eyes open. Your eyes.
can you not scream because they put tape over your mouth? Is that
I mean, I think people can still scream if tape's over their mouth.
okay?
If they're loud enough.
See,
Anything's
you know all this
possible.
stuff. I don't really know. I mean, see, you've been there.
And yeah, just so we know, Raina just said the 4 founders are in this video, all of them.
Yep.
The 4 founders are in of Black Mass.
Yes. Raina.
We're in that video.
No, not in this video. They're in the chat. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I got you.
In the video?
Maybe they were.
Oh, okay. I bet it was probably Paul and Raina
Cool.
and Alex and Amori. Yep. It's all for what?
Wait. What?
Fuck yeah.
Wait a second. What about cattle prods?
Cattle prods.
Did you bring your cattle prod?
I did not bring a cattle prod.
Stevens and Raina both said yes, that video, the documentary.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Are you into cattle prods?
I am not in the cattle prods. I'm
I
actually
think you
not
might
into
be.
electricity.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
No. That's why I got a bitch stick at 17 tour. But next year I will be back and I'm going to conquer my fear because I realize that
See?
you can't be scared for the rest of your life.
Right. That's awesome. That is a positive message. And we think of this as weird and extreme and offbeat, off path. But you know what? You're finding it as a positive in your life that makes you now more empowered to be the grace that grace is.
Appreciate that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
so sometimes it takes going through something that is really, really extreme to find your inner strength, to know that you can overcome, to know that you can handle shit, whether it be psychological or physical,
Yeah.
And
sometimes it makes you. Sometimes it takes immersive theater to make you realize
the
things
strength
about
you have.
yourself. Yes,
The-
exactly.
The inner strength that you didn't know was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'll bring that out of you too in shows.
Cool. Hey, I was just in West Hollywood, and all of this kind of reminds me of I went to Museum of Death.
Fuck yeah.
Oh
I've
my
been wanting
God,
to do
it's
that
so-
for like ever.
It is so fucked up in there, and I loved it. But I mean, it is in every room you go in. I mean, there's a video playing of some autopsy or some headless person or something. I mean, it's wow.
That's awesome.
Every single wall and every single room is just full of extreme photos and videos and props
fuck yeah.
and things and
Well, I'll be there for my birthday in LA, so maybe I'll be able to do that while I'm down there.
cool.
It'd be fucking
Well, good.
awesome.
When's your birthday?
February 21st, 1995.
Oh, okay. Well, now we know your age too. So
Yeah.
all right.
Sorry.
So that's all right. No, all right. So right now, hey,
Hey.
spoiler alert. Hey, but now we know that right around Valentine's Day, you have massacres, and
I've got one Black Mass show on Valentine's Day I'm doing. I'm flying down there, and then I'm doing another Black Mass show. I believe that Branding of the Lamb is on the same day or the day after that other Valentine show.
no, you're not the lamb though.
I don't believe I'm the lamb.
Oh well. Hey, Raina, let us know. Okay. So all right. Hey, it's been great having you. We're going to take you out with a cool little video of Mr. Pickles because I met the creator when I was in California.
Hey, I love
You don't you? Yeah, their new 4th season just started.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just started 1 week ago, and so you got to find it. It's on Adult Swim.
Yeah, I finished the other seasons already, so I need to watch that one.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So this is a very, very, very short video. But will you trade places with Pippy?
Yeah, of course.
And monitor chat room. Let us know everything that's coming in, and okay, good. And we're going to bring on Pippy Paranormal to talk about her cool film she just made.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome.
There you are. Good boy.
Good boy, Mr. Pickles. Pippy Paranormal is sitting to my left, and we're so happy to have her.
Hi.
Hey, can we describe you as a fantastic a makeup artist, a professional makeup artist? What is the way I should say it?
So technically professional means you make money for it, and I do get paid to do makeup, so I guess we can say I do professional makeup, yes.
I want to make sure Jason can hear you real well.
I'm
Yeah,
hearing
we're good.
myself
He's
pretty
gonna be-
great, yeah.
Good. Hey, does that mean, are we talking Ulta? Can we mention them?
Of course, yeah, no, I just recently joined the Ulta team. That's pretty fantastic. We
It
opened
is.
up a new store by the Galleria Dallas, and you can come see me there anytime. I work throughout the week. The holiday season's crazy schedule like any other, but yeah, I work there, and I do freelance makeup on the side for people that I know or people. I actually have a wedding coming up. One of my longtime haunted house friends, Miss Amanda, she's getting married on Wednesday. And I was chosen to be the makeup artist when, unfortunately, our friend actually had to back out of the day. So I actually got brought on, and I'm really excited because she's been with me since Pippy was pretty much born.
Very cool. All right. So look, Ulta at the new location near the Galleria. So if people want to find you there, or they want advice on makeup, or they want to buy product, go in and look for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we have a huge team of beautiful beauty advisors and prestige beauty advisors. And you can, if I'm not there, any single one of us can help you out. But if I'm there, definitely come find me, ask for me. If I'm not up front, you can find me in the store.
And you also do horror makeup, and you kind of got that Mad Max look today.
Yeah, so this was actually a character I created last night. I'm still kind of working on the name for her. I am kind of all over the place with it, but I just wanted something that resembled a voodoo, apocalyptic. I came up with it within 5 minutes, and I liked it so much. I had this beautiful headdress that I went with it, and you can find that on my Facebook page. We took photos for it last night, and I wanted to do this today because it was a lot of fun. I really like how it turned out, and the contacts are very, very
Yes,
fun.
your eyes are great, and look, and the headphones go well
They
with,
do.
with the
I
red
love-
hair and your makeup, and
love these little things.
all of it, right?
I like them a lot.
Yeah, you should probably hang out here more often and wear those red headphones. I'm just saying, wink, wink.
I would love that.
Woo!
Soul Nuno said, "Congrats on a new job, Pippy."
Who was that?
Soul.
Oh, awesome. Hi. Yeah, she added me today, and I got really excited.
Good deal. You were. Grace was terrific. Hey, I mean, I knew that he would like you. Scott Paulson too, and so very good. All right, so look, Pippy, we still have Grace here, and she's monitoring chat room. So please send in comments or questions, and hit us up with anything that's on your mind. It is very cool to have you in the studio.
It's so exciting. I've watched the show, and, we've known each other for so long.
A
And
long time.
When you invited me on, I just remember I told everybody, I was like, everybody, this is what I'm going to be doing.
Well, the thing is, I think of you as, as really a haunted house actress extraordinaire. Because you've been doing it for you're a young person, but you've been doing it for an extremely long time.
My first year was actually in 2010. It was down in Mansfield, Texas at the at Terrorplex. And that was my first year, and I did take a break for a little while, just, get my life together and stuff. Everyone needs some time to themselves. But I've done theatrical makeup and haunting for the better part of 10 years.
And you like the dark stuff.
I do. I really do. My house always looks like Halloween.
But this year you worked at, and I want to get a shout out to them because they're such an awesome haunt.
Absolutely. 13th Street Morgue at Reindeer Manor, officially Reindeer Manor, but
Alex,
I am
we love
Alex
you.
and Jen.
We love you.
We love you. All of my good friends there. And, most of my good friends there are the ones who I worked with on the project that we did, the short for Serial Killing Millennials.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a fantastic time. And actually, the cool thing is David Parada, the director we worked with, is a good friend of mine. But not only was he at 13th Street Morgue with me this year, but he was with me the first year we ever haunted at Terrorplex. Well, my
9
first
years
year.
ago.
Yeah, about 9 years ago, we met out at Terrorplex, and then we kind of got lost in the loop of time, and then we met back at 13th Street Morgue, and it was miraculous. It was so much fun.
Well, I remember going through 13th Street Morgue. I think it was opening night. Did not expect to see you, but I go
didn't
around the
expect to
corner,
see you
and there
either.
you are, like scaring the hell out of me.
Yeah.
And that is the coolest haunt ever.
I love
and,
it.
And then there's Larry the Undertaker, and he's like chasing me as well. And what do you got, Grace?
Loretta Bader says, "Hey Satan, Don from Baltimore here. All hail Satan."
All
Don
hail
from Baltimore,
Satan.
thank you. We try and bring you good, interesting shows. Thank you for watching, guys. Yeah. Hey, and so there I am walking through 13th Street Morgue, and you frightened the hell out of me. It's such an intense place. I love what Alex and Jen have done. I mean, what a fantastic haunt.
It's great. And the new room that I got to work this year, I worked with one of my favorite actors, Austin Combs. He's so high energy like me, and he's
Cool.
not only that, he's athletic, so that gave us the ability to do a lot through that whole room. And you didn't even know where I came from when I
No.
jumped out.
Yeah,
I came
I
out
know.
of nowhere.
Right.
And it's funny because I got 2 scares before you came around for that final scare, and it was just like quick hand, quick pop, and then boom, I'm in your face.
And then kind of
Where
the
did I-
reveal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where did I even come from?
Right.
That was a fun room, and I can't wait to go back.
The reason I like it is because it's partially indoors and partially outdoors, and I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I do.
It the only thing that was less than fortunate was the rainy, cold days this year outside.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
that was still we all got through it.
Do you feel tempted sometimes to kind of do what Grace has put herself into, and that is the ability to grab? Don't you have the ability? I mean, don't you have the desire sometimes to just grab a patron and like
Right.
choke them, because they're like bugging you or something? Or
There are definitely some patrons that you're just like, why are you here? Why did you spend your money to cause this kind of problem inside for us? Because when people go through haunted houses and they cause issues deliberately, you're like, why? Because it causes an issue for a lot of people. But no, we used to be a touch haunt. Like we used to be able to grab or touch you or mess with you and go along with you. But that actually ended in 2014. We became a no-touch haunt. There was no more waivers. We kind of just took that back. And that was my last season before I took my break.
Yeah, people are just really sensitive, I guess.
They're very sensitive, and it was a whole thing.
You can't even like grab their hair a little or something.
No.
Save
No.
it for the bedroom.
There were a few, yes, definitely. There were a few times where I accidentally, like in that scare that you saw me in, I would, it's a big jump, so I would, as a few times, not too many, I would fall, and a few times I accidentally like bumped someone or like touched their arm, and thankfully they were all cool.
Yeah,
and no one cared
look,
too much.
Look, Pippy. In football, they call it incidental, and that means it's not. It's not an offense. It's not a foul.
Right.
It
was
is.
all
It is just incidental.
Yes.
Incidental. You're gonna brush against someone.
Right, and it
it's
was
no
really
harm
only on the bigger groups, It was only on the people who, like, maybe there were too many in the group and it was all bunched up, and so I didn't have room to do the full act. But, yeah, it happens. But,
Now, I'm proud to say you're getting into acting.
yeah.
Well, okay. So haunt is acting.
Yeah, and I did theater when I was younger. Not for long. Tragic story. The theater I was actually at did burn down, Phantom of the Opera style.
Well, what, Grace? Did you have anything to do with that? I'm just kidding. No, her theater burnt down.
Oh no, Gremlins.
Gremlins don't. That Gremlins.
I was still a Mogwai when that happened.
She was still a
Yeah.
Mogwai.
Yeah, I mean, you and I are actually, Grace and I are the same age, now that she threw her birth year out.
You threw it out there. 95. Yeah.
Yeah, 95. But yeah, we're the same age, so I don't think she would have been capable of that at the time. But no, yeah, so I didn't do theater after that all happened. But no, I've done theater, and I've done when I was 8, there was this like really small film that my best friend at the time, her uncle was working on, and it was called Wrong Hit. And I was a cut scene when this guy was like looking back because, each one of these gang members kind of went after the wrong person. So they went after the wrong hit.
Wrong hit.
Yeah. And I was actually a possessed little girl named Josie. and they did my makeup up all creepy, and I have the DVD of it somewhere in my
Cool.
archives. But yeah, I actually did small stuff like that growing up. But I got really into haunted house and really into theatrical acting in 2010.
All right, so 2010, and that's when you started in the haunt 9 years ago. But fast forward to now, you just created a short film.
We did. So a few months, I would say a few months, about 6 or 7 months ago, me and some of my best friends, we were sitting around, and we saw this like joke on the internet about, how millennials are so depressed, serial killers can't even get any enjoyment out of killing.
We're going to pause right there. Listen up. This is so funny. Okay, so millennials are so depressed. Go ahead, Miss Millennial.
That they are literally ready to die at any given moment, apparently, that they have like a playlist even ready for that time when it comes. And that's where the joke originated. So what we did is we created this vision of, this girl working on college homework, or whatever she's doing at the time, just working at her college, like working on the
in
computer.
her apartment alone.
In her apartment alone, that single one bedroom.
Millennial.
Millennial, yeah, just like me. But we had it to where we had a serial killer break in, like he was going to rob the place or kill her, and she got so excited. Like she was just like,
the time has come.
The time is now. This is it. And she breaks out her phone and starts playing a playlist and is so excited, and it completely throws the serial killer off. He's like, whoa, what are we doing? What is this? And it's very funny, and I can't wait to show it on here for everybody.
Well, we're going to show it here in a second. I think
Yes.
your acting was strong and
Thank
right
you.
on point. I was sold.
Thank you.
I was so happy at the end you didn't get killed.
I know. Well, I
Because
wasn't
I was
happy
invested
that I
in this
didn't get
character.
killed. Huh? Olivia, hi baby. I'm so glad you're watching.
Shout out to Olivia.
Oh yes, Miss Olivia. She and I actually worked together at a Massage Envy, and we worked together for a long time. And we kind of live far apart, and our lives are very hectic and busy. So it always sucks when you can't see your friends. But we have stayed in contact and
What
kept
did you
up
do
with each
there?
other. What?
What did you do there?
Massage Envy. I was a manager.
Nice. Look at you.
Yeah, I was a spa manager. I worked there for about 8 months, and then they promoted me, and I kept getting bumped into management at different locations, and I just went from location to location managing in different areas. And that was a lot of fun. I did that for about 4 years.
Before we show your short film, you love it at Ulta?
I love it at Ulta.
Is it because of the great product and the other staff who are like you, who are really knowledgeable about?
Yeah, so you always kind of get nervous going into a new job. You don't know what it's going to be like, who's going to be there. But the opportunity I had with Ulta is, they hired me on Halloween. So amen to that. That's all I could ask for. But they hired me on Halloween, and I started on November 4th, and we built up the store. Like, the store was clean, brand new, not open yet, and we all got together as a group, and we got to know each other. We did activities together, and, Ulta has always been one of my favorite stores because aside from special effects makeup, like liquid latex, blood, anything like that, you can get anything you need there. If you need something for your nails, if you need
What about
haircut,
guy liner?
there's tons of guy stuff.
There's tons of guy stuff at Ulta. Yeah,
There's a lot,
yeah.
yeah. And even our regular eyeliner is very unisex. It's very versatile. I actually
Brushes. I need some brushes.
brushes. We have several different types. My favorite brushes are the IT brushes, the IT cosmetic brushes. They're very relatively priced, and also Morphe brushes. Morphe brushes are probably some of my favorite. They're the two brushes that I own, like the two brands that I keep in my case. And you've seen my case.
You have your case here.
I do. My case is right over there.
So when I think of millennials, sometimes I think that unlike you guys, I think of millennials as not really being very socially comfortable with
Adept.
people. But you guys both are, and especially working in customer service, really,
Yeah.
you've got to greet people when they come in. You got to ask questions. You got to find out what they need. You got to satisfy them. And
Yeah. I've been in customer service since I was 15. My first job was when I was 15, and it was at Hot Topic. Whose first job like me isn't at Hot Topic, though? So you're either going to pick Hot Topic or Hollister. Either way.
But to be clear, this Ulta is not in the mall.
No. It is. It's off of It's the Galleria exit, but it's off of Alpha by the Dick's Sporting Goods.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
That
and it still
strip
has
center
the
there.
it still has the brand new opening sign and everything.
Yeah, very nice. And I can see you. Except Wednesday, you're doing the wedding.
Yeah, Wednesday I'll be doing the wedding, and even Tuesday I have a truck shift, so I actually kind of work overnight. But
Meaning stocking.
yeah,
Yeah,
Black
gotcha.
Friday.
Okay.
'Cause that's coming up.
Okay, gotcha. You got to be ready for all of it.
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Ulta is open on Friday, of course.
Yeah, I think we're open all days this week. I'm scheduled to work Thursday as well during the day, so we'll
Well-
even be there Thanksgiving.
Well,
Sorry, family.
heck.
Yes, it happens.
It's a new job, and she loves it. And
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind.
Now, Grace, so she just made a cool short film. So you're going to see it here in a second. This is called Serial Killing Millennial. Did I have it right?
Yep, Serial Killing Millennials
And
it's by director Parada. You can find him on YouTube as director Parada.
Parada.
Parada. I cannot spell.
David, is it David?
Yeah, it's David.
All right, and you wrote it as well?
It's me and my best friend, Jason Grimm. So he and I kind of got together. One of our other friends, Ty, worked on it with us, but he wasn't able to be in it with us at the time. So, but he's going to be on many other projects with us as well. But he helped a lot with the premise of it. But yeah, it was me and Jason Grimm as the producers and writing, and then David directed it for us. And I had one of my good friends, Darby. He's the serial killer, and
cool.
it was so much fun. We filmed it on my birthday. We filmed it the whole day of my birthday. And
Which was earlier this month.
It was the November 10th. Yeah, it was on November 10th. And believe it or not, like, you complimented my acting on it, and I'm really glad, because that whole day is when all of that stuff went down in my life. And I was like,
Yeah, it was a big day.
how am I going to get through
It was a big
this?
day. Look, and you know, really, credit where it's due. This is something you worked on all day and much more than that. And really, it's resulted in a 1.5 minute short. This
Yeah.
is a 1.5 minute short.
So 1.5 minutes. It took all day. We did several takes. There's several outtakes from it.
But what is the message here, Pippy? The message is, if someone is a movie director wannabe, a horror thriller wannabe director, what's the message here?
I guess what I would say is, never sell yourself out short. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, they say, but it burned in a day. But, you never turn down an opportunity just because you think it's not going to be big enough, because you never know what's going to come out of it. And we spent all day on it, and we worked really hard, and it was so much fun. And we have plans to do another horror short for the Nacogdoches Film Festival. So we have stuff coming up for that we're going to start filming soon, and I will keep everyone posted on that on my personal page as well.
Good. Look, if you're starting out, shorter is better. Smaller is better.
I always say smaller is better. Give an example. It's kind of like, when musicians create EPs and LPs, it's like a three to 4 songs, 3 to 6 songs to just sample out before you give the full picture. And that's how I feel like that's what we are starting to do. We're submitting bits at a time of things that we're passionate about and things we want to do, just to get it out there and, get the message across that this is what we do, this is what we love doing, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep striving for more.
I want Director Parada to push this out there to Prime and Netflix. And the reason why is because I've seen much worse on Prime and Netflix. I don't mean that as an insult to this film.
No, I agree completely.
Much worse. And
Yeah.
you guys have done a quality product. It's a short.
Yeah,
That's
and
how you should start.
It was finished and edited by that next morning. Like, we had the whole product ready to go that Monday, and we shot Sunday. And David is such a passionate person, and he does such great work. And I recommend definitely trying, and not trying, but checking out his YouTube page, because he also films for a lot of high school football teams. And he does a lot of work for them, and it's fantastic work every time. And he actually even got second place in the film festival he recently did for his his short film Shaved. And it's you can find it on his YouTube channel. It's hilarious. It's about a guy who's in the shower, and he accidentally cuts his dick shaving, and he bleeds out. and dies.
Well, we want to see that. What? Can you pull that up?
Yeah,
No,
we can play. If we can play both, I
Wait.
Veto.
Jason said no.
Oh,
Veto.
sorry.
He's vetoing us. All right. Okay. What'd you say? Scott. Scott Paulson.
Hi, Scott.
Now he's with Chop Block TV. That's their logo down on the
Hi.
left. I'm supposed to update that, but you guys have got to check out Chop Block TV. They've got a lot of great content, and have put it on. I got to get all the updates from Scott, but find Chop Block TV.
Chop Block TV will
Chop
do.
Block TV. Yes, and I know that they would welcome looking at your film as well. So cool.
But yeah, no, we can definitely run the short that we worked on. Like we said, it's a minute and a half. It's super fun. It's
So back to the guy who cut off his dick. Right. I'm interested in this.
he cut the main artery and bled out his.
What was he shaving his area, and then it was an accident?
Yeah. So what happened is it starts out like this. This woman is cooking dinner, and you can see the kids and stuff, and this guy is just bumping heavy like music in the shower and just chilling. And he starts to shave, and his wife comes in and is like banging on the door and is like, hey, come on, get out. Can you not hear me? Dinner's ready. And that scares him, and he slips. And it's just a bloodbath, literally a bloodbath.
A blood shower.
Yeah, a blood shower. Yeah, exactly.
All right,
And
this is also by David Parada.
it is also by David Parada,
Well,
yes.
shout out, man. Cool.
Shout
idea.
out to David Parada. I
Cool
hope
idea.
he tunes in. I hope he sees this and sees all the love I'm giving him.
All right, so it's about time we watch this film.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Pippy Paranormal in not maybe her first film, because she was 8 years old.
Not my first, but one of my most recent ones,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
the newest one.
The newest one. So let's
Yeah.
check it out. It's called Serial Killing Millennials.
Oh! Are you here to kill me? Oh, thank God! I have the perfect playlist set up for this. One second.
Whoa, what's going on?
Oh my God, I've just waited so long for this. You have no idea.
I think I got the wrong apartment.
Wait, are you not gonna kill me? Wait, no. Come back. No, come back here.
No! It's never gonna get easy, is it?
Okay, my favorite part is the excited sitting in the chair where you're
Yeah,
bumping up and
the
down.
The wiggles get me every time. And the funniest part is like that chair was so wide that like when I had my arms around it and we had to keep shooting the wiggle scene, like all of my arms and stuff just felt so tired the next day because like we did that take so many times because it was just like getting the wiggles right and like pushing it forward. I love it. Every time I see it, I just crack up at that part.
So that was the film.
It is that simple. It is
yeah.
that simple. It took one whole day. We did a lot of collab and a lot of work on it. But it's not easy, but it is easy to get started.
Is it fair to say you can do this, Mr. Up and Coming filmmaker?
Yes,
You
no,
can-
absolutely,
just
you
do
definitely
it.
can.
That's the message.
If you have a passion or you have a need or you want to do something and you just feel like you have this product to give to the world, do it. Just find a way to get it out there and get it out there. It doesn't matter.
That is our
if-
message, Pippy.
That is our message. And, just do what you want to do and don't care about what anyone else is going to think about it. And I mean, don't murder people, but I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
If it's art, and art sometimes is complicated, sometimes it's ugly, sometimes it's different, sometimes it's difficult. But if it's inside you, let it out. It's
Yes.
got to come out.
Express
and we don't
yourself.
want you to die with a song inside of you. Is our
Exactly.
message. So let it out, and we're all about that creativity.
Absolutely.
And be bad first. You know, you're going to be bad before you're good. So
Yeah.
release something and be bad, and then keep working on it.
You can't be afraid to fail, because the fear of failure will keep you from ever having that one time that even if you feel like you failed, someone might not think that you failed, and that's going to be your golden ticket.
Yep. Very cool. All right. Okay, no problem. Just check with us when you're right back. I'm going to shift gears right now and go to a shout out to Sol, who is with picsfromthepit.com, and it's SOL, and she on behalf of Corpsepaint Show repped us at a couple of good metal shows. Oh, there's her website over the weekend. And
Yes.
yeah, heck yeah. So we were at Gas Monkey hanging out. She's got all of her cool high-end cameras and
Fancy cameras.
yeah, the good stuff. So on behalf of Corpsepaint Show, let's scroll through some photos. We've got a mix of things in this photo montage that I want to kind of tell you about. But over the weekend, so we're ready, Jason. Just roll through them. The Pics from the Pit. Soul was okay. Well, this is. How is it labeled, Jason? Is that Mindy?
It's Mizzy with Morbid Angel.
Yeah, right. Mizzy with Morbid Angel after the show last night at Gas Monkey. So she sent me that, and I wanted to kind of share it. Thank you, and shout out to Mizzy. Yeah, some more Morbid Angel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of Soul's picks. Isn't that great with all
I
of
love
the
that, yeah.
with all the horns from the audience? We love the catacomb. That's her at work.
Nice.
Down in the photo pit, yeah.
I always love when that happens, when someone gets a photo of the photographer doing their thing.
Yeah, so I was next to her and I took that, and so that's
nice.
Soul.
Good job.
Yeah, at work, and so and we also saw Watain. That was their guitarist on this tour, and it really intense, isn't it? That was Friday night's show. Got to meet Eric.
Is that Raw?
Yeah.
Hurrah!
And that's Soul on the Ride with Eric Danielson,
Yes.
the brains behind, and he's holding a case of Liquid Death.
Oh, lovely.
And then there's another one from Soul of Watain. Heck yeah. I love that one as well. The second guitarist from Watain, and I like that photo as well. It just, all that hair in the face.
Yeah.
Texture. Yeah, thank you much. But I'm cool if you want to scroll through all the rest of those folders I'd sent you, Jason, as well, of everything else that we had. So I know we had some other graphics and stuff, anything I'd sent you. Just updates on what we're going to have on the show next week. We're going to be talking about the Krampus Walk.
We got a couple of Liquid Death promotions.
Oh, heck yeah.
Right here. A couple of guys supporting a cause.
Right, yeah. And in fact, the band Atheist was in town last night, and they they definitely love. Yeah, there's Kelly, also the lead singer from Atheist. Atheist is the name of the metal band, and so it was very cool, man, that they enjoyed the product. Heck yeah. As a heads up, next week, which is right before International Krampus Day,
Yes.
we are going to be talking about Krampus Walk. Our guests are Dan Baker, from who is the founder and president of the Krampus Society.
Oh,
and then,
fun.
Yeah, and in fact,
Yeah.
So this is Krampus, and of course, I think that little kid is going to be eaten. I'm just kidding, but this is what Krampus is all about: is the anti. There we go.
I love it. I love it.
The mythological creature, yes, from Eastern Europe, who terrorizes children who've been bad, and we're really into it, right, Grace?
Oh, yeah. Bad, but in a good way.
So it's all Krampus next week. We want to bring you another feast for your eyes next week. Hey, can we show you what is the? We were talking about Liquid Death, and I wanted to pop up something called. It's a website for Green Mary, not Queen Mary, but Green
Green Mary.
Green Mary. Yeah, and look what she does. This is someone who She's found a niche, and just like Liquid Death, they're against plastic pollution. And so this is a company that actually goes and works with festivals like Burning Man and picks up and recycles all the trash that's left. But not just Burning Man, but numerous musical festivals, and they're based in California. But I think they just work out there at the moment. But heads up to anyone who's looking for a possible opportunity for something like that. Consult with a company like Green Mary, or found one yourself to help with plastic
Right.
with pollution and proper recycling.
One thing that kills me about living in apartment complexes, and this is touching back on, waste, is a lot of apartment complexes I have found that I've lived in do not have separate trash from recycle. So it's just, I even hate it because it's so hard to recycle in an apartment complex. And honestly, Liquid Death is fantastic. I love it. When he gave it to me this first time last week, and I got to try it, I was blown away. I was actually super thirsty, like an hour after we ran into each other and stuff, and we hung out, and I was like, oh, I'm so thirsty. Wait a minute. And I went and I cracked it open, and I was like, this is so good. And it's fantastic. I love the message, and I love the purpose of it.
Yep, recyclable aluminum, death to plastic, and decapitate your thirst. Look, we as a country are not hydrated, so the message is, hey, stay healthily hydrated.
So we don't want to stay. No.
All right, and the other events we have coming up is the Merry Christmas event on December 14th. So I want you to help me push that.
Yeah, of
I
course.
really do.
Isn't it Merry Christmas?
Christless.
Christless.
Yeah. Thank you for the correction.
You're welcome.
I messed up. Mary Christless has our own website, and there it is, marychristless.com. Badass, huh?
Oh, yes.
December 14th, it's going to be at Gas Monkey Live, and what is it? Well, it is a pagan shopping experience, but also a gothic dance night. And Midnight Murder Show will play a live set. There's our cool
Midnight Murder Show!
Yes, indeed. We'll play a live set, and then we'll go to DJ and play all the great old-school goth music where you can dance to. If you are sick, and I know you are, Grace, of hearing traditional holiday songs. Who wants to hear Mariah Carey anymore?
No, God, no. And no, I've heard
And
it.
this night is for you because we bring the alternative and the darkness. What's that? Good. Okay. So I'm selling them here for $8 each. And you avoid fees by buying them physically off of me. I'll be at Gas Monkey later tonight. And you can buy them here for only $8. Also hit up Midnight Murder Show. They've got physical tickets as well, where you don't have to pay the fee, just the face value of $8. Yes. So we encourage dressing up at this event, and we're going to give away prizes for you if you wear your best fucked up holiday character.
Nice.
Like maybe a bloody reindeer or something like that. You know? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And you
I love
could
that.
remake remake the reindeer to be totally bloody.
Yeah.
Maybe
or
Rudolph
you can
has
do,
a bloody nose instead of a red
Man, I'd be going with like an abused little elf or something.
one. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Evil elf.
Nice. Hey, it's always nice when you get thrown out of somewhere because, you look too good. Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, I love that. I know that the Merry Crisis is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. Unfortunately, I will not be in town that night.
Is it another wedding?
No, it's actually a out-of-town party.
All right.
And
We'll give you a
Oh, yeah.
pass this time.
Oh, yeah. I get a pass just
yeah.
this one time.
Look, I'll be doing more events, but help me promote it in the meantime.
oh yeah, no, I'll be sharing the shit out of that.
Merry Christless is for the goths who do not enjoy all that crappy holiday music we get shoved down our throats every December. Let's take back December. It really is a month that is all about the solstice.
Exactly.
The darkness and welcoming the sun back. And our turn. This is what December really is. Mm-hmm. It is not taken over, in my view, should not be taken over by a religion.
I agree with that entirely. I like celebrating the spirit of the season, not necessarily the holiday itself. And with everything that's been going on in my life personally lately, the holidays are going to be so wonky and weird this year. So it's not even going to feel like the holidays like it normally does. So I'm excited to just kind of take a step back and enjoy the season more of
Good.
worry about a holiday.
Slow down a little bit and just kind of enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy the short days
Definitely.
and the long nights. And,
Absolutely.
And enjoy this change of season. Need what? Yes.
Black eggnog.
That'd be
I've
good.
got food coloring.
Hey, so one of the films we're going to show at Merry Christmas, December 14th at Gas Monkey, is going to be showing on the screens in the background. Okay, and so we're going to have plenty of those that are gory holiday dark films, including this one made by Spooky Dan. Spooky Dan made Sleigh Bells.
Oh, nice.
Sleigh Bells. Did I send you that trailer, Jason? Yes? Okay. So let's do it right now. I want you guys to see this trailer for Sleigh Bells, which is a Krampus film. Yes. Yes, and you'll like this too, Pippy.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, totally. We will try and get that popped up in a second, but I also want you to see the trailer for Black Christmas, the remake, which is coming out next month.
I'm excited for that.
Yes, indeed. So, we're all about the darkness of Christmas.
All right.
The alternative. We're gonna try and pop up Sleigh Bells here, and if not, we'll transition to other stuff.
It's Christmas Eve, and we're on our way to what might be the most exciting urban exploring adventure, and you never know what dirty things will come your way. I dare you to eat this.
What the hell do we do now?
My property, and I'm Santa. And that thing out there, that is no animal.
And I'm the Tooth Fairy.
I'm Santa, and that's Krampus! The devil of Christmas!
Okay, what is going on?
We have to save the world from that monster out there. I do think we made Santa's naughty list. One, two, three, Krampus!
Yeah, baby, these bells know how to slay.
That was hilarious.
Right?
I love that.
Yeah, so Grace is telling me that was Barry Boswick, who plays the biker Santa. And, of course, Krampus makes an appearance. Heck yeah.
That is amazing.
Sleigh
I love
Bells.
that.
You will see that film. Attending Merry Christmas, it's only $8, and we have tickets right here. Now, the other cool film, we got to give a shout-out to Black Christmas, the remake. I know some people are not really excited about this.
I want to see the remake though, because I remember the original, so I'm like, let's see the remake. What are they gonna do now?
Let's see it. So we're ready, Jason. Yeah. Just roll it. This is Black Christmas, the new version coming out next month.
It's my privilege to teach you this semester. Enjoy your winter breaks and Merry Christmas.
What's up, ladies? Excited for tonight?
It is our last day of our last fall semester of college ever.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring.
Can you take a photo of all of us?
Of course.
Where's Helena?
She was buying vodka sodas earlier, but she looked really good.
We shouldn't have let her go back by herself. She's fine. Come on, live a little.
In the frosty air.
gotten home yet.
If I were missing, I'd want you to unleash the bloodhounds and track me down. She was at DKO last night.
Still creating problems, huh, right?
Hello? Hello? I'm worried that something bad happened.
It's winter break. Could just be a delay of some sort. Snow.
My friend is missing.
9 times out of 10, the girl's just with a boyfriend.
I will bring you to your knees.
There's someone in the house.
What the? This can't be real.
This school has 200 years of history. Many sacrifices have been made to keep our traditions alive.
You're all insane. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of running. Go, 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 go! Ho, 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 bitch. You messed with the wrong sisters.
Hey, Grace, that looked like some immersive horror.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, that plastic wrap and anything now I see like that, I'm going to think of you. Like Grace Beauchamp says, check out Black Mass and other cool immersive horror, extreme horror experiences if you so dare. Again, this is not for everyone. It is not. They get physical and read the waiver in advance. Thank you for being here, Grace. And thank you to Jason for being on our board and handling the whole show tonight. Pippy, will you come back?
Of course. I'll come back whenever you want me.
Well, here's what we do on the show. We encourage creativity. We want people to have the courage to create, like you've done. You made this short film. It took all day. It took
a whole day. That was my birthday gift.
A 1 minute film, 1.5 minute film, took all day. But
All
you
day.
know what? Aren't you proud of the results?
It's
funny.
fantastic. It's great.
You're jumping up and down. It makes me laugh.
I'm super excited. Yeah, no, it was the excitement was definitely real in that moment of the wiggles. But no, I will definitely be back.
Yeah. So I don't know. I know it does look kind of like some. I don't know. You're right. A little more. I mean, the original was atmospheric. It was creepy.
The original
was dark.
was gruesome.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember some of the craziest parts from the original, and it was absolutely gruesome.
That's right. Woo. Did I send you a graphic for or a picture of did I send you a picture of Liquid Death with Will Carsola? It might say Mr. Pickles. Because I met the creator out in California of Mr. Pickles, and so I had the honor of being the Liquid Death mascot.
Right, I remember you saying that.
So cool.
Saw that.
And so I thought there we go,
There
right
it
there.
is.
So that's Will on the left as you look at it, of course. And what a cool dude, man. And he's not a man of a lot of words, but he creates this cool animated show that I just freaking love. And how can you not like Mr. Pickles?
It's hilarious. I remember when I got introduced to it a couple of years ago. Well, it's a lot longer than that now, but it's entertaining. I love it. It's a different type of humor for me, and it's entertaining, if anything else.
And that was me on the right, wearing the cool mascot thing, and so I'm hoping to bring that to Dallas soon.
That'd be fun, yes.
Yeah, so we thought of a name for him, the Thirst Murderer.
The Thirst Murderer.
Yeah, the Thirst Murderer, because he has this big axe.
Yeah. Thirst Slayer.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's like immersive horror. Only,
and I mean, in that video, he did murder a lot.
He did.
People, so
can we just show it again? Because let's do a body count this time. How many heads roll?
Probably a
How
lot.
many, how many people die? in it?
Decapitate. Pippy, it's your job. Will you count?
Sure.
Hold on a second.
My vision sucks.
That was the wrong video.
Is it because of the contacts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, but I can see us.
Pippy's going to help us too. All right, this is Mr. Pickles. Heads will roll. It's only 20 seconds, so count with us. Oh, okay. Shout out to Richard and Little Spark and everyone who is saying hi to Raw and Soul, and we appreciate you guys. Be sure to buy your tickets for Mary Christless at Gas Monkey and see Midnight Murder Show live.
Okay, I got it.
All right, we're ready. All right, well, let's do the head count. Let's do the body count.
Here we go.
Sourced and bottled in majestic mountains, liquid death mountain water will murder your thirst.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, does he count? Because he's still alive.
I don't know.
Nah, he counts. He counts. So that was 12.
12 people.
Yeah, 12.
And
yeah.
even does I think the way
we were
that
like 10, 11, 12, and then when we got to the one.
they did that because when you order a case, it's 12. It's a case of 12.
That's sneaky. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Good catch.
There might be other hidden messages in there too. Maybe we should play it back in extremely slow-mo
No.
and see if there's any subliminal. There's a subliminal message that says, "Drink more water. Decapitate yourself." I mean, your thirst.
Decapitate yourself. Yes. Decapitate yourself. The message from millennials.
Thirst slasher.
slasher.
I like that too, Richard. Yeah, thirst slasher. And so hopefully I'll be walking around with that, wearing that in Deep
In
Ellum.
Dallas, yes.
Yeah, heck
That'd
yeah.
be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to wear it with attitude.
You got to.
And be sure to check out Serial Killing Millennials. You can watch it on YouTube right now.
Yep,
Give them a
YouTube.
few views, right?
Yeah, we are up in the view count. Give us a few more. Give us the likes. Give us some loves. Subscribe to David's channel. He puts out some amazing stuff.
Where do we subscribe? On YouTube?
Yes, Director Parada. So Parada. Director Parada.
Okay.
You can find him on YouTube. He's a great guy, one of my great friends, and I love all of his work. And we're only going to be creating more from here. Like we have so much in the work. Me and my best friend Jason Grimm, who I work with most, we're working on a series that is a spoof off of a very popular show, and I won't drop any hints yet. But it's Ghost Crimes.
All right, cool.
But yeah, we are super excited to start work on that, and then to submit the film for the Nacogdoches Film Festival, and just start from there. And like I said, never be afraid to start small. You know, size doesn't always matter. And we had a great time. You know, even something that's a minute and a half takes a lot of time. So, you know, if you want a good product and you want to do it and you want to get it out there, just commit to it and make sure that you follow your heart on it, and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it, because they're wrong.
That message brought to you by Pippy Paranormal, and I endorse it. Yes, hell yeah. Metalhead, metal face, thirst murderer.
Thirst slasher.
This is the 4th week of November, and you know what that means. We help the hungry and the homeless. So reach out to this show by emailing me at stiltdemon@gmail.com if you want to participate in some giveaways that we're doing Thursday morning. Hey, we hope you get what you deserve. And remember, next week, it's all about Krampus. We are going to educate you and inform you on the myth, and also tell you about an event coming up in Dallas at Wits End. That'll be happening on December 7th. So all about Krampus next week. Grace, big thank you to you for sharing your experiences with us, man. Wow, I didn't know that it was that psychological.
That is very deep. I was listening to it the whole time, like, wow, that is
Right?
a lot.
Right? Jason Stark, of course, thank you very much, man. Stark Enterprises handles the board, and we appreciate you so much. And Pippy Paranormal, man, you're embarking on so many new things in your life. This has got to be thrilling.
It is. It's amazingly thrilling. And if you would have told me 10 years ago when I accepted the offer to be a haunted house photographer, that when I walked on that I would be sitting here today and talking about everything I've done and knowing everything that I'm going to be doing, I would probably not believe you.
Yeah.
But you know, it's something it's something I always hoped for and dreamed of, and I've taken the concrete steps, and I'm, you know, it's not a cliche. I am exactly where I want to be right now. You know, we all have
Right.
hard times, we all go through stuff, but where we're looking and where we're going is exactly the path that I want to be on.
And wasn't it cool 9 years ago when you were a teenager?
I was.
You were a
I was a
teenager,
teenager.
and we connected. I came out to your haunt. It was so cool.
Yeah.
That was the one in Mansfield.
It was.
And since then, man, now you're at the premier haunt in DFW, man. And,
Yes.
and that's just so cool. And doing makeup yourself and professionally now with Alta. So
Yeah, it's fantastic. I wouldn't, right now with my professional life, I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Woo! Very cool. All right, so we got to say adios. Join us next week, please. It's all about Krampus. We hope you get what you
All about
deserve.
Krampus.
We want you to elevate your life by going underground. By that we mean supporting independent art, independent music, independent print, independent movies.